eternal reality. Hey, Marahado Vakiza, Elianda Franase, Boronde Zavakida, Barakida. You know, Christians don't understand the privilege they have. Because in Christ we have a way back into him that was, him that dwells before time began. That's the journey of existence. The journey of existence is not from Kubwa to Asorok. The journey of existence is from time to eternity. When you touch God and you bring God back to your realm. You ancient Zion's king, Kadosh, Kadosh, you are mighty on your throne. Break forth, oh fountains of the deep, cry out, Kadosh, you are mighty on your throne. You know, Adam did not understand the significance of this journey that he was enjoying in Eden. Adam came to a point where he thought the value of life was in things. So he began to appreciate apples. He didn't know that when God opens up his oracles, everything that will ever be is contained there. So he began to look at things and he began to admire things. And a point came, he forgot. He forgot the journey that he was engaging on in Genesis 3 verse 8. He forgot that that was the foundation of all things. His ability to enter into God, to stay there, to look upon God, to download God and to communicate God. He forgot that that syllables was the making process of Elohim, to bring him to a point where he becomes exactly like him in essence and in verity. All of a sudden he began to desire other things, and suddenly the serpent came into the garden and he recognized the serpent. And the serpent told him, there is another way apart from the way of God. There's another channel you can achieve what you are laboring to achieve. There's another way of becoming like God. This route you are taking is too long. Come, let me show you another route. And introduced the code of rebellion into creation. And the man fell. When he fell, the garden was still there, but he had lost reality. Because it was not about the garden. It was about his intercourse with God. And the first thing that happened to him was that he was cast out of the garden. He no longer had the opportunity to look upon God. He no longer had the privilege to interact with God. He no longer had the powers to control and to regulate the garden, because he had violated. A new government had been introduced that is contrary to the government of God. And when the angels showed up, the angels before that were his partners in dominion, they now showed up, and suddenly he saw a sword moving on every side. The sword was not there before, but all of a sudden a sword appeared, because the journey into God had been stopped, and the man was cast in the garden. Since you desire other things, go and seek them. When you are done seeking them, you will discover that all things is vanity. Apart from Elohim, everything you have is vanity. Meanwhile, man will never understand this. Have you not noticed that when you have what you are looking for desperately, all of a sudden it loses value? The moment he enters your hand, it loses value. Because nothing has value until it is captured in God. If it is not captured in God, the verdict has already been passed. It said it is vanity upon vanity. All amounts to vanity. The only place you can look upon reality and continually admire it is in God. The man did not realize it. So he left God and he was on the journey of pursuit of things. So when he finds one, he loses value. He dumps it, he looks for another. When he finds it, he loses value. A point comes, what is this? He now discovered that part apart from God is the part of death. Every time God is no longer in view, you have taken the journey of death. And that is why nothing satisfies again. Because the essence of man was designed to be satisfied by the continual infilling of God. So when you are born again, he said, him that is born of God overcometh the world. When a man is born of God, he turns away from the journey of vanity. That part which is a departure from God, he turns away from it and he comes back to focus. He begins to seek Elohim again. He said, whoever is born of God overcometh the world. The word is the word cosmos. What it means is institution. It means government. It means administration. Every protocol that is set in place that provokes a departure from the presence. He said, when you are born again, you begin to live above that protocol. All of a sudden, you come back to that point again where intercourse is reestablished. Now, if you enter into God,